Ladies and gentlemen and programmers, we're going to do Greenfoot lesson 1.1, leaves and wombats. If you see red text, that means stop, and you either need to take it on a lined paper note or a handout. Green text means do it, actually do it. It says on the project. Orange text, I forget about that. And then the sissy blue color means it's a handout, so make sure the next thing that you see goes onto your handout. Why do we take so many notes? I'm not going to click on that link. But basically, when you write stuff down with a note, you remember it way better. So make sure that you get lined paper for your notes and grab the handouts. Make sure you put your name on both. Make sure you put lesson 1.1 on these, and make sure that at the end of the period they go into your binder. These are worth a ton of points. So please be really careful with them. The notes on lined paper are worth 50% of the note grade. The handouts are worth the other 50, so you have to have the notes and handouts, staple them together at the end. And if you lose them, you are being silly because you're wasting a lot of your own time. Write this down on the handout. As you see the sissy blue color, so find the handout that says this and answer the question, where are you going to keep these notes and handouts? Okay, write that down. And hit pause on this video while you're answering it so I don't bother you, and then hit go when you're done. And if you don't have a good answer, like it's going to go in my binder or I have a special place for it in my notebook, then that's silly because you're going to lose a lot of points. Please take some time right now and figure out where are you going to keep these. If you don't, if you don't have a binder, have your parents buy you a binder or ask me and I'll get you a binder. All right, lesson 1, part 1. Make sure you put your name and leaves and wombats and 1.1 at the top of your lined paper note. What is it? Write this down. What is Greenfoot? Greenfoot is a free IDE, Integrated Development Environment. What is an Integrated Development Environment? It is a program that makes it easy for you to make games. For me, I like it because it makes it easy to teach you object-oriented concepts. It was created at the University of Kent by Michael Kolig. I met him a long time ago. He's a pretty cool guy. He, out of the labor of love and wanting to teach better, he created this whole thing. He doesn't make any money off of it, I don't think. Pardon me. All right, what is Java? Okay, so make sure you write that down. And by the way, you don't have to write it word for word. You can write it as fast as you can and as abbreviated as you can, as long as you can remember what it is for the test, because we're going to get tested on all this stuff. What is Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language that's widely used. So Greenfoot is the program that we're going to use to make games, right? So that's what you're going to click on. And then when we type out code, it's going to be in Java. So it's a modern language. It's object-oriented. It's used by like 5.5 billion devices, so like stereos and cars and well, nobody uses DVD players anymore, are programmed in Java oftentimes. Okay, so there's a website. If you can go to greenfoot.org and you can get a textbook, you can download the Greenfoot software. You can, where's the scenarios? Somewhere there's the scenarios where you can get these same scenarios we have. Oh, here they are. So you can go here and you can, oh, here's scenario. Like these are the student games. So you can go in and find, you can find games and things that people are doing and all kinds of stuff like that. You can go to get some tutorials. Oh, it must have moved it. Well, shoot. Well, I'm not going to mess around with it now. But if you look around long enough, you can find some tutorials. All right, go to this is a sissy blue, so that means you need to switch to a handout. What is a wombat? A wombat is a small, charming herbivore, so you're going to write down on here, small, charming, marsupial, Australia. And one thing about him is he's just a big fur ball. He doesn't have, you can't say like, oh, he has long legs and he has like a cute, no, it's like, no, he's just a furry ball. Just like hard to describe him. Okay, why are we talking about that? It's because the next scenario we're going to use wombats in it. Oh, the one thing you should know about wombats, you might want to own one, but they have like a titanium or like, I don't know, some sort of crazy exoskeleton, and they can like if they can walk through walls and stuff. They'll like hit a wall and just knock it down. They're like almost indestructible. So don't get a even though they're charming, don't get a wombat. They can be really destructive. Okay, so if you didn't do so already, you're gonna click here, you're gonna go into your folder with your name on it. So you're gonna come over here, you're gonna find your folder with your name on it. Okay, or the other way to find it is to go to this PC, and then there you can also find your folder with your name on it. If you didn't already do so, right click and say new folder, and you're gonna make a folder called Intro to Programming, and then you're gonna put your name. I'm putting the year, oh, I put the wrong year, but at any rate, 25. I'm going to hit escape. Okay, anyway, because I've already done it. Anyway, so then you're going to go into that Intro to Programming folder, and what you're going to do is you need to get Chapter 1 in there. So how are we going to do that? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google Classroom. And by the way, if you need help doing this, ask me for help. You're going to find Project Leaves, Wombats, and Asteroids. And inside here, this is weird, you can't click on this, you have to actually use the right button on the mouse. Right click on it, open it in a new tab. And then once you do that, you can download it. Okay, and then you're going to go back, once you download it, you go back to your folders. Okay, so click on the little folders down there. And then once you go to the folders, you're going to go to downloads, and then there it is. Now the zip is bad. The zip will cause problems. The zip will erase your work. So you do not want the zip folder in your folder with your name on it. So, but we're going to double click on this folder, and inside there we're going to go to Chapter 1. I'm going to copy Chapter 1. Okay, now I'm going to go back to however you want to do it, your folder with your name on it, or you can go this PC, your folder with your name on it. You're going to go into Intro to Programming with your name on it. You're going to go in and you're going to paste. Where's paste? You're going to paste. I've already did it, so it asked me if I wanted to replace. And then you can go in and then you can go to Leaves and Wombats, and you can open it up. And it's going to ask you, do you want to update your code? You click yes. So now all the stuff that you do is going to save properly. Okay, so that was fast, and if you need help, I'll help you with fast, but I don't want the video to be like 1,000,000 minutes long. Okay, where are we at? Let's close that down. Okay, so we made our folder, we saved our stuff into it, okay, and we're going to go. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to find the handout that says Objects and Classes, and I want you to underline object-oriented, class and objects, and always, because the Java programming language is object-oriented. We're always working with classes and objects. In a minute, I'm going to show you what classes and objects are. And so if we're always working with classes and objects, it's probably a good idea that you know what they are. Make sure you have underlined those words before we can continue. Okay, by the way, how to answer questions for me. If it's a question, such as, where's a question? Let's see, did I find a question? These are all statements. Okay, so if you see a statement like this, you just write it down as fast as you can and abbreviated, but so that you'll understand it for the test, right? If it's an actual question, you'll answer the question. You don't have to write the question. Like, those are statements. Where's a question? Oh, shoot, there's no question. Oh, can you, why or why not? So that's an actual question. So if it's a statement, you write it down abbreviated. If it's a question, you say, you have to write it in a way I understand what the question was. Basically, it says, can you add an actor to the world? So you would say, yes, I can add an actor to the world, or no, I cannot add an actor to the world. And then you'd say, because of this or that. So let's go back where we were. Shoot. Oh, okay. So if it's a question, answer it in a way that the question is understood. You don't have to rewrite the question down. This is already a lot of work. I don't need extra busy work. If it's not a question but a statement, write it down briefly in your own words. Okay. If that doesn't make sense, ask me individually for the questions. All right. Here we have another slide that on the handout. Okay. So on this, I want you to say. So this is like this is a blueprint of a Ferrari, right? If you were trying to build a Ferrari in a factory, you'd have to start off with a blueprint to build it, right? Okay, so a class is like a blueprint. It's like, hey, you need these plans to build one. This is like an object. So you would take these plans to the factory, you would build one, and then you actually have one, right? So you have the plans and then the thing you build from the plans. Okay, so write this down. Actually, write this down word for word. Class is like a blueprint, an object is an instance of a class, or you make one from a blueprint. Okay, write that down, because that's basically what we're going to be doing next in Greenfoot. Okay, write this down as what? Oh no, you don't have to write anything. Oh no, you do. Nope, you don't. You don't have to write anything. So a class diagram shows us the classes involved in the scenario. So this is a class diagram, right? And you have it over here. So here in the project is the class diagram, and it shows us all the blueprints, right? So we know that if these are blueprints, what are we going to do with those blueprints? Well, we're going to use these blueprints to actually make an object that does something. What's more fun? The plans of a Ferrari or the actual Ferrari? The actual Ferrari. So these things aren't very much fun, but eventually we're going to get them over here into the world. We're going to make an instance of the class or an object, and then we can actually do stuff with them. Okay? Okay, so this is our diagram, class diagram. It shows us all the blueprints, all the classes that we can use in this particular scenario. Okay? Okay. So here's a handout. I want you to write this down. Superclasses contain methods that give actions to subclasses. Subclasses inherit the methods of its superclasses. Okay? So you're going to basically what that means is Wombat World is a subclass of World, right? So the purpose of World is to give methods to Wombat World. It's like, oh, the world allows Wombat World to do stuff, to have actions and questions we can ask it. Same thing, Actor is the superclass, Wombat and Leaf are the subclasses, so the actor gives methods to Wombat and Leaf and things it allows to do. So these things are superclasses, and they are also abstract classes because you're not allowed to actually make an actor. You're not allowed to actually make a world. You can make a Wombat world. You can make a Wombat. You can make a Leaf. But so these guys are superclasses in the fact that they give instructions and methods to their subclasses, and they're abstract classes in the fact that they cannot be put into the world. Okay? Write that down on your handout, and then when you're done, we'll keep going. Okay, so right-click on the Wombat and to see the public menu. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to right-click on Wombat, and we're going to say we want a new Wombat. Okay, and we can right-click and go New Wombat, and we can hit Shift, and if we hit Shift, like I released and then I click Shift, I can add multiple Wombats to the world. Okay, and so this is the class. This is the blueprint. This is the instance of the class or an object. This is like the real thing. Okay, so we're able to add objects to the world. Okay, try and add an actor into the world. So let's see, and then can you add an actor to the world? Why or why not? Okay, answer those questions on your lined paper notes. Answer those questions on your lined paper notes. Well, let's try it. Okay, if I try to add an actor, I cannot, right? And the answer is, why can't I add an actor? And the answer is because it's an abstract class. It just means it was never actually made to go into the world. I can use it to pass information to these guys, but I can't actually make one. So that makes it an abstract class, if that makes sense. Okay, add several leaves to the world. Let's try that. So basically, to add several leaves to the world, you're going to right-click on the leaf, New Leaf. You're going to click, and you're going to hit Shift, and you can click all around and add leaves to the world. Okay. So if you hold down Shift, you can do multiple one. Click in the grid to place each leaf. Okay, we just did that. Okay, classes and objects. Okay, these are instances of classes or objects. Write that down on this handout. And these are classes or the blueprints. Okay, so write that down. So we have the classes, the blueprints. We have the instances of classes or objects. So basically, this is a Wombat class. That's an instance of the Wombat class. I actually made one, put it in the world. It can actually do stuff. All right. Take a minute and read this to yourself. This is a handout. Just read this to yourself and learn some of the stuff, and you can ask me some questions if you have any. All right. This goes on your lined paper notes. A method is a command or question that we can give to an object. An example, they can move, or it's anything that they know how to do. So write that down on your line paper notes. A method is a command or question we can give to an object. Okay. You can see and execute all the methods that an actor knows how to do by right-clicking on the actor in the grid. Select a method and execute it. What did you get your wombat to do? Okay, so if we take a look at this, oops, let's see if I can grab it. If we take a look at this, if I right-click on my wombat, these are all his methods. These are all the things he knows how to do. If I click on act, he does stuff. Oh, now there's two things there. So I have to decide, do I want to talk to the leaf or the wombat? So I'm going to go back to the wombat. I'm going to have him act. Oh, what did he just do? He ate a leaf. Here's other things he can do. He can move. I can make him move. I can make him turn left. Okay, I can make him, I don't know, all these things. Okay, so the method. So let's see what the leaf can do. Nothing. No, he has nothing on his own. He only has the things he inherited from object and actor and those sort of things, right? So you can tell that the wombat was made to do more stuff than the leaf. The leaf was just kind of made to sit there. All right, write down on your line paper notes, what did you get the wombat to do? All right, let's talk about inherited methods. The wombat knows how to move because he inherited from the actor. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's go back over here. Okay, so if I go to this wombat, so here's the thing the wombat knows how to do. Here's the thing he knows how to do because he inherits these methods from the actor. So he knows how to, in this case, move int. That's a little bit different. It says move int. So if I click on it, I have to type in, let's say, a 2. And so he's going to move 2 spaces. And so the only reason the wombat knows how to do that is because he inherited that method from actor, right? So the next question is, do you think the leaf can move int, and why? Do you think the leaf can move int, and why? Well, we can test it, and so we can go to inherited from actor, and there we can find also move int, and we can say 2. Now, the why is, well, why do you if the wombat can move 2, why could the leaf move 2? Well, the answer is they're both actors, so they're both going to inherit those methods from actor, okay? Okay, good. Now, what I want you guys to do is this quiz. Answer these questions on your line paper, hit pause, and then when you're ready, hit go. Answer this question on line paper. Why can a leaf and a wombat both move int? What are these called? And what are these called? Answer those on your line paper. And you probably should number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, 9, 10. What is this called? What is this thing right here called? And then this is like a what, and this is like a what. All right, that's it. Thanks, guys.